There you go, friends. Doc South here. I just realized that, I wanted to do some more to help 11th Hour Rescue. You know how they're having a thing with, trying to get their vet bills paid from the winter, and I guess actually probably last fall when there were all the hurricanes and such, and so many animals, dogs and cats coming to them. It's tough. Their vet bill really got out of hand. Of course, that doesn't stop 11th Hour Rescue. If they've got a sick dog, that dog's not getting put down, not without a fight. They do all they can to keep those animals happy, alive, and adopted into good homes here in North Jersey. Good bunch. For those of you who don't know, what they do is they go out and they I guess have arrangements with shelters where the animals are going to be killed if they are there too long. You know, city shelters, etc. And they get these animals from the shelter at the 11th hour, and I'm sure much to the shelter's glee, because I can't imagine anyone finds it fun to put down a dog or a cat or anything. Gosh, I have trouble anymore stepping on a bug. I really do. Unless he's stinging me, maybe then. But other than that, but again, 11th Hour Rescue really goes out of their way to keep the animals. Well, first off, to rescue them, then make sure they get healthy, and stay healthy, and then get them into homes, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, not and they're very sincere about this. 200 or 300 dogs or cats each month get adopted out. So they got quite a few coming through. If nothing else, I imagine the animals have to, as they come in, have to be checked by a vet just to be sure they're okay, not carrying any diseases or Lyme or whatever, from a tick bite. So and like I said, they're always doing fundraisers and such, but evidently, usually interesting ones. Spaghetti and meatball dinner. Yeah. I've DJ'd a few of them. They're always fun. Okay. Well, you get the idea. They have Puptoberfest over at in Succothena Island Park. Yeah, like that. Okay, well, again, evidently they're still hurting for their vet bill. I think they're up to about 58% of the money they need. So I I think that leaves 42% to go. So it's still a fair chunk of change they need. I'm sure the vets are working with them. The veterinarians are working with them, but still, the vets got bills too. Okay. Anyway, I thought you'd like. I remember once I had one of their members. I guess it's okay to call him Roger. I don't think his name is Roger. I mean, we can use his real name. I don't think he'll be embarrassed at this. In fact, I'm in the same boat with him. There was a story he told, and here, actually, right here in the studio. Probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and he and I both were sobbing. Yeah, it was. It didn't go. We had not a dry eye in the house. So let me. Okay, do you remember there was a dog? I don't know where this was again 5 or 6 years ago. There was a dog that survived being gassed. What they do basically, from what I understand in a kill shelter, is they'll have like a chamber, and they'll put if dogs and cats, if their number is up, they get put in that chamber, I guess in a crowd, and then they get gassed, and I guess the gas stays on till they're pretty sure there'd be no chance that they'd be alive. I can't. God, I might get misty myself here in a minute, but I can't imagine that the person operating that chamber is too tickled about what he has to do. And anyone who works in a pound or a shelter, gets an affinity for these animals, and it's got to just break their heart. But again, there's nothing they can do. There's just no more room. It would be cruel to keep the animals, 5 or 6 in a cage or whatever. So the time is up. The time is up. And I guess some dogs might not be as adoptable as others. So anyway, this happened at a shelter. I'm thinking it was down south, but I don't know for sure. And when the gas was applied and it was assumed the animals were gone, the fellow opens up the chamber, and out walks a dog. He survived. He lived through it. All the other dogs, cats in there, dead, gone. And this one dog survived. I don't know if they named him Lucky or not after that, but I don't know. I don't have all the exact details, but what I'm telling you is true. And the fella operating the device, the chamber, they said, well, gosh, you've got to put him in. Again, we've got, we have nowhere for him. And he says, you'll kill me first. And he said, I'll take a few of you with me. Words to that effect. I might be, I don't know exactly what he said, but basically it was words to the effect, over my dead body, that dog's going back in there. I'm not doing it. And I'm not too sure I'll let anyone do it either. And and I remember Roger and I talking about that, and oh my God, we just about lost it. Oh, we did. It's a good it wasn't on TV or both. Yeah. But that's how it goes. So you see, you're talking about very sincere people. 11th Hour Rescue, when they heard of this story, I think they have a network of pilots that go out that will bring animals back, like a relay shuttle. They put out word, I guess, to that particular shelter and said, "We'll take them. We'll take them right now. We'll be down there, and we'll have someone get them right away." Excuse me. And the dog got shuttled back to North Jersey, and of course had to go through the vet process, and all and I'm sure really had to be checked over after being exposed to poison gas. Still, I don't know how he made it. It was, in a way, it was a miracle. You get right down to it. It's sort of like, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of who was the fellow in the Bible got put in the fiery furnace. I'm having this. I claim a senior moment right now. Maybe it'll come to me. But the dog was taken under 11th Hour Rescue's control, and well, before you know it, they had the dog adopted out, and fine, as near as I know, living a perfectly happy life, even still, I would hope. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? In a world where I've seen people give up their dogs, I actually did see this happen. I didn't see it happen, but I heard from a reliable source. A lady got rid of her cat because it didn't match her new drapes. The cat did not match, the new decor. Can you imagine? Oh, I tell you, another on a cheerful note, a neat 11th Hour Rescue story. There's, as you know, I DJ car shows, events around concerning motorcycles and cars and stuff. And there's a guy who used to come in. I think he's since passed away. This was now, I haven't seen him in about 2 years, and I did hear that he passed. But back when he was alive, he used to come in on a motorcycle, and there'd be a crate, a kind of crate, a specially made crate on the back of his motorcycle. And who's riding with him, with goggles on? His dog. His dog. Now, his dog was secure. It wasn't like if he saw a rabbit and jumped, he'd jump off the motorcycle at 80 miles an hour. And this guy was a very careful rider. I mean, he had all his, no broken bones, no missing no fingers. Yeah, he was careful. And but he come in with this dog and actually had, I think, like a short scarf that the dog would wear, not long enough that it would get caught in the spokes or the chain, but just long enough, that it, yeah. And he'd, and like I said, goggles, and I don't think the dog had a helmet. He might have. Anyway, though, he'd ride happy as a clam, secure in his, with his master. And used to be the guy would come to my DJ table, and I'd watch the dog while maybe he went use the restroom or to get a coffee or whatever. And he always bring me one out, a coffee or a hot dog or something. But he said he got that dog at 11th Hour Rescue. They were having an outdoor adopt-a-thon, and he came in on his motorcycle, and he told them what the deal was. He said, I need to find a dog that I can train to ride motorcycle. First off, he can't be a shy of muffler noise. Okay, he says, got to be a certain size so he can fit in the proper carrying case. And he's got to be fairly calm, and he's got to like motorcycles. And he also has to learn to shift. Yeah, you shift his weight. He said, well, that's a tall order. Well, the guy tried a couple. You know, they'd put the dog into the case. He'd ride around. If the dog went freaky nuts, well, okay, forget that one. Let's try another. Finally, he found this, I want to say a terrier type, but it was a mutt dog. It wasn't a purebred. And they hit it off. Yeah, he put the goggles on, the helmet, scarf, and the dog seemed to like the noise, didn't mind the noise of the motorcycle, and loved the wind. And they'd ride along, just having themselves a time. Yep. So and yeah, he said, you know, a lot of places wouldn't even think of letting him adopt for that purpose. He said 11th Hour Rescue, once they heard my story, they were fine with it. You know, there was never a mishap, never any trouble. The guy, like I said, was very careful, and the dog was was his pal. And of course, that dog at one time would have been put down, would have been in the chamber. Huh? Yeah. So anyway, I thought I'd let you know. Good people. Here's their again their, well, you can Google EHR 11th Hour Rescue. 11th Hour Rescue. They have an email, ehrdogs.org. That might even be their website, but you can Google them. 11th Hour Rescue. You'll know when you when you see them. They have a thing there right now saying about how their vet bill is really, really tough this year. Okay, tougher than normal. I think, again, due to all the crummy weather. Okay, keep them in mind. They are very good people. You cannot go wrong throwing a few bucks their way. You will be saving countless dogs and cats' lives. Okay? Okay. Anyway, okay, I'll see you later. God bless. And again, if you can help them, I know they need it. Okay? They wouldn't say if they didn't. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye now. God bless.